All right, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Nancy Rebecca, and I'm really talking about an essential series, kind of like a little toolkit to try to integrate into your life on a regular basis as we're moving through this great time of change that we're in, because the world is shifting truly fast, and it can cause you to feel overwhelmed. It can cause you to feel alone, as if you don't know what's going on in the world. You're trying to integrate everything. But it's like you already have all the tools that you're going to need to make every step of the way just a little bit easier. So, an essential tip number 8, build your tribe. So, essential tip number 8 is to build your tribe, creating a supportive community in this age of Aquarius. So, in this age of Aquarius, it's time to rethink what community really means to you. Whether your circle exists online, in a book club, over coffee with friends, finding your people is going to be essential for your growth. But here's the thing: stop investing in relationships where you feel like you have to fix others, or they feel like they have to fix you, or spending enormous amounts of time feeling like you need to fix yourself before you can be around other people. And it's time to break free from the rescuing cycle of being in community. Start creating meaningful, high vibration connections. So, in this video, we're just talking about how Pluto and Aquarius is ushering in this new community building era, one that's based on unity consciousness, shared knowledge, uplifting each other to create real change. So, let's dive in and find out how you can build your community in the future. Now, I can hear a lot of you, because I do read your comments, and whenever I bring this up, people will say, I've been there, I've done it. I can't be around people. I just can't be around people. I just can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm a hermit, and I'm going to stay a hermit. So I just want to let you know I have an answer for you too. Because what happens with the people that say things like, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it, just the fact that you made a comment on a YouTube channel is connecting with community. So I just want to let you know, if you just run to the store and come home quickly and you just hope you don't have to say hello to anybody, just know that you can connect with people in other ways to build your community. And because isolation is not going to work. Now, there may have been times where you really did need to isolate because you were healing yourself. You were trying to fix yourself. You were trying to put your rudder in the water again when you felt like the waves of life had battered you around. There's lots of reasons. Even if you're an introvert, you need that time to sky down. But what Spirit keeps saying, because of the unity consciousness, because it's changed in the Aquarian model, it's like we're bringing our great minds together. We're really helping to vision for the future. We're coming up with new ways. Like, what really comes up for me a lot that I feel like should be right at the top is mental health. And I know that that's going to shift a lot with these transformational changes that we're going to go through. But also on the flip side of that, it's going to trigger a lot of mental health issues. So as we come together and say, hey, this worked for me, this didn't work for me, I found this helpful, this wasn't helpful, when other people are reading those community comments, even if you just want to stay home, you're still finding ways to help shift your energy. But remember, sometimes you had to go it alone to be able to learn how to manage your energy field or how to manage your position in your family or your work life, but it doesn't mean that you have to live there anymore. It's like, how are you going to know that what you did works if you don't go out and try it? I remember a woman who had been a nun for a long time. She was a Buddhist nun, and she was in the organization for a long time. She lived there. And then her teacher said, now you've learned a lot. You've been here for 20 years. Now it's time to take everything that you've learned, go out into the world and see how you're different than you used to be. So in our unity consciousness, it's even about what's going on in the world, where it's like, all right, so maybe we're kind of holding back a little bit so somebody else gets to make the decisions about my life. So again, it's not about being radical. It's not about getting out on the streets and marching along for what is right. It's about you surrounding yourself with a frequency and a vibration that's going to enhance your ability to integrate the rapid changes that are going on in life. You know, you can join a book club online. You can join a spiritual meditation group online. There's I don't know what it's called, the Figure 8 Healing. There's lots of groups that gather online, lots of meetups that gather online. But if you want to be around people and you don't know a lot of people to be around, you can volunteer to read books to kids at the library. There's a lot of ways that you can engage. So this past year, I found myself at home a lot. I was really producing a lot of material. I was having to get some of my course material upgraded. I was writing blogs. I was doing YouTube. And I ended up taking a trip with my sister and brother-in-law to go see my two nephews that are at university back east. And I took myself out of this semi-isolating environment because I was engaging with a lot of people, but it wasn't the same. So I got on the plane and it's like, you know, bumping into people racing for their flight, you know, measuring time, like how to get from one place to another, noticing smiles on people's faces spontaneously, or a waitress making a recommendation for a meal at a restaurant. And then once we got back east, to see my nephews and their environment and just being surrounded by so many young people, I began to realize that I need to make sure that I build in that time to just be out in public. And so a couple of days ago, my grandson asked me, he's 17, he needed a haircut. So finding somebody to do the haircut and sitting there and just listening to the different barbers talking back and forth and their clients talking, I didn't have to engage, but I could sit, and I was influenced by their frequency. I was influenced by their laughter. I never even had to respond. I never even had to say a word. I just handed my credit card at the end to pay for his haircut and I left. So there's lots of ways that you can begin to build your tribe. But as a community, we've just come out of this enormous system of healing. And we've been healing everybody around us. We've been healing ourselves. We will run into a stranger and want to offer some healing or some suggestions that they can do. And now this is a different type of community. And in this different type of community, it's how can we uplift each other? How can you be in community that's not trying to knock you down? And so you may have to, you know, it's not about letting people go. it's just not making a regular diet of some people, you know. And if you need to make a regular diet of somebody who's negative, maybe you're married to them, or maybe it's one of your kids, or maybe it's your bestie from kindergarten, just make sure you get some equal time and balance with others who think you're pretty darn cool and others that you are uplifted to be around. A barber shop. I was in a barber shop, and their laughter, talking about haircuts and talking about, you know, we had some old tattooed guys there who were talking about um, how people were bringing pictures of movie stars like Brad Pitt, and they want to look like Brad Pitt, and how they're like, Brad Pitt will look good in any hairstyle. So I'm just sitting and listening. So it doesn't even have to be a meditation or spiritual community. But in this year, you want to start building your tribe. You want to start sharing your frequency with the frequency of the world and the frequency of the community. Pluto was in Capricorn, which was an earth sign, which is very dense and very heavy. And if you feel a bit disillusioned with people from that time frame that we went through, this is different. This is an air sign. It's lighter, it's brighter. So give yourself a little space and time to just test it out. And if you just can't do it, that's cool. Do it online. Call people on the phone. We're learning. We're on a growth of learning. But why did Spirit consider this an essential tip to help you along the way as you navigate spiritual expansion? Because we are in the age of Aquarius, and we are stronger together than we ever have been apart. So I look forward to seeing you on the next essential tip. And I'd love to read in the comment sections if you've been experiencing communities that are a little bit different for you.